That's a bad dude too, man.
Oliveira's
Charles
a
is.
bad motherfucker. And Oliveira's an interesting case, too,
He
because
shit is
Oliveira
slick.
used to be kind of a quitter.
Yeah, I know.
He kind of fell apart in many fights early in his career, and then he had the birth of his daughter, and then changed
That
his
do it.
fucking entire life. Changed the way he fought, changed his mentality, changed his discipline and his focus, and then became this motherfucker who's just
How old is
dominating
he?
everybody.
How old is he?
Oliveira, I believe he's 33. See, find out if that's accurate. I
So
think
there's some old fighters right now who are still kicking ass.
yes, Jan Blachowicz, Glover Teixeira just lost the light heavyweight title at 42. He won it at 42 and then lost it to Yuri Prochazka in a very, very close fight. Yeah, he's 33. Oliveira is
You know
33.
what's funny about that, man? But I see these older guys who are still fucking grinding hard. People ask about father time.
Yeah.
Father time doesn't get you, man. It's father fatigue.
Mm.
It's father fatigue, man. Like I see these guys who have been in sports for a long time, fighting of basketball, football, whatever it is,
Yeah.
and it's that grind. It's that everyday waking up grind. It's
Yeah.
not it's not father time, man. It's the fact that you know I gotta go do it again. I gotta
Yes.
do it again. So a lot of these guys are fighting father fatigue and they're doing a good job of doing it.
I think there's many factors. There's father fatigue, there's father enthusiasm,
That's right.
but then there's also injuries. So many of these guys are fighting with fucked up backs and fucked up knees and fucked up elbows and
Yep.
fucked up hands, and you don't know that when you see them because they look jacked and they look ripped. But
Right.
in their head, they know I got to be careful if I move to the side on my right side because my
Yep.
knee's fucked.
I know all
You know,
about that.
I got to be careful if I get kicked in the legs
Yep.
because this is fucked. I
That's
gotta be
real shit.
Yeah. And there's a lot of guys that also they've taken too many shots and they can't take a punch anymore.
Right.
That happens to guys.
Yeah.
And then you see they get dinged once and they get wobbly where,
So what the fuck happens with that, man? I started seeing guys who fucking been getting hit a lot.
yeah,
They can't take a hit anymore, man. Like they'll fucking go out quick.
there's a lot of speculation. And one of the things they say is that they believe that at a certain point in time, your brain tries to protect you from the punishment and just shut off. Like that your body realizes like this dude is too strong mentally. He's too tough and he'll just absorb shots and is just ruining our brain. So when you get hit, your brain is like, check please,
Wow.
and your brain will shut off. And then the other, that's a optimistic perspective.
Got it.
The other less optimistic perspective is that you're destroying your mind and that your mind is simply not resilient anymore and you can't take a shot anymore because you've damaged all the connective tissue that's holding the fucking brain in place, and you've also created so much CTE and so much swelling and so much that one shot can take you out. There's also, on top of that, one of the big problems with MMA is the weight cutting. So the weight cutting is what everybody does. They drain themselves 24 hours before the fight, weigh in, say, oh, he weighs 170 pounds. Like guys like Kamaru Usman, who's giant for 170. He's 170 for like 20 minutes.
How much does he weigh? Like walking around the
Kamaru,
street.
200 pounds. 200 pounds, easy.
So does he come back in the ring about 190, 200?
He's in the 190s for sure.
Damn.
Yeah. Lean as fuck, shredded,
Lean as a motherfucker.
but dehydrated like hell to make 170. He's not ever really 170.
Wow.
He's 170, but like totally sucked up. I mean, also cramping. You know, it's terrible to do that 24 hours before you have a cage fight. Is
That's
so
not-
crazy.
It's fucked up.
So those take a toll. So if you're 35, 37, 39, all these guys that have been doing that their whole life, every time you cut that weight, it takes a little chip off the old block. Every time. It's another chop into the tree trunk.
Got
It
it.
just weakens your foundation. And
Jesus.
it's just little minor things. Every training camp you go through. You know, can you do another one? You know, your back is fucked up. You get out of bed like this, like, it's like little micro injuries that are constantly
Yep.
piling up. You know, we were talking about Hickson Gracie earlier. Hickson can't really even roll hard anymore. He's in his 60s, and he's got these injuries all over his back. It's all fucked up. It's
That-
like all those years of jiu-jitsu.